Hey guys, Michelle Resistance Chicks coming at you March 29th, 2017. We're going to bring you Jeff Sessions. We're not going to give you money. You ain't going to get no money.
There's a battle happening between the states and a lot of people who want to harbor criminals. I mean, with these sanctuary cities, if you get pulled over for a crime
and you're here illegally,
guess what? Like we said before, put on the hijab, tell everybody you're Mexican, and you're going to get off scot-free, whether it's drunken driving, whether you're driving without a license, driving without insurance.
Right.
They are going to harbor you.
Right.
Okay, that's what this is all about. And so Jeff Sessions is saying, listen,
if
you know
guys
what?
want to be sanctuary cities, then we're just not going to give you any money.
$4.1 billion.
Hey, it's going to save taxpayers a lot of money. Federal, anyway.
The Department of Justice has a duty to enforce our nation's laws, including our immigration laws. Those laws require us to promptly remove aliens when they are convicted or detained of certain crimes. The vast majority of American people support this common sense requirement.
Common sense.
According to one recent poll, 80% of Americans believe that cities that arrest illegal immigrants for crimes should be required to turn them over to immigration authorities.
Duh.
Unfortunately, some states and cities have adopted policies designed to frustrate this enforcement of immigration laws. This includes refusing to detain known felons under federal detainer requests or otherwise failing to comply with these laws. For example, the Department of Homeland Security recently issued a report showing that in a single week, there were more than 200 instances of jurisdictions refusing to honor ICE detainer requests with respect to individuals charged or convicted of a serious crime. The charges and convictions against these aliens include drug trafficking, hit and run, rape, sex offenses against a child, and even murder. Such policies cannot continue. They make our nation less safe by putting dangerous criminals back on the streets. We all remember the tragic case of Kate Steinle, the 32-year-old woman who was shot and killed 2 years ago in San Francisco as she walked along a pier with her father. The shooter, Francisco Sanchez, was an illegal immigrant who had already been deported 5 times and had 7 felony convictions. Just 11 weeks before the shooting, San Francisco had released Sanchez from its custody, even though Immigrations and Customs Enforcement officers had filed a detainer requesting that he be held in custody until immigration authorities could pick him up.
Those people, I mean,
So here's the thing.
they should be arrested.
We are huge on state rights, right?
Yes.
But here's the thing. The federal government comes into play when you're dealing with outside international perpetrators. And that is why we back the immigration enforcement.
Right.
And that's why states, this is one area where the Constitution does not allow you to overrule the federal government. Now, we're 10th Amendment, we are state rights all the way.
We are a republic.
But you have to recognize the realm in which our Constitution outlines state laws and the realm in which our Constitution outlines international laws, laws with foreigners and things like that. So our government, we pay them. The only real thing we pay our government to do is to protect us from outside sources.
Right.
And if you, as a state, arbitrarily, these are arbitrary.
Right.
This isn't actually, no state legislator has met, that I know of, with the House and the Senate in the state.
Right.
I don't know if you know, UK know this. We have houses and senates in each state, which
Correct.
is where most laws that affect our daily lives
Happen.
should take place, because as the Constitution says, the powers given to the federal government are few. The powers given to the state are innumerable. All right? This is one of the few powers that our federal government has. You know what? The FDA, the Department of Education, the EPA,
USDA,
as our good friend says, all the ABCs. Those actually, if you go against those agencies, I can actually back you and support you. But you can't go against immigration enforcement. You can't go against it. They are this is federal. We're dealing with outside criminals. We're dealing with a terror threat. We're dealing with other countries.
And to bring this a little bit closer to home to our European viewers, it's just like the EU. The reason why the federal government is in control of the people that can come and go from our nation is because if one state gets to make that choice, like Germany, and says, listen, we can allow whoever we want to come in, then those people can get, and then they can just move about the country freely, and that one state is then making a decision for everybody else, and the federal government has representatives from every state that help make these decisions.
Right.
And so that's why it is the way that it is, why the federal government does foreign policies and allowing in immigrants and things like that.
And states should do more domestic policy, which this is foreign policy issues.
He admitted the only reason he came to San Francisco was because it was a sanctuary city. A similar story unfolded just last week whenever Valles, an illegal immigrant and a Mexican national, was charged with murder and robbery of a man at a light rail station. Valles was released from a Denver jail in late December, despite the fact that ICE had lodged a detainer for his removal. The American people are not happy with these results.
I mean, seriously, it just goes on. The list goes on and on and on.
Disregard for law must end. In his executive order, he stated that it is the policy of the executive branch to ensure that states and cities comply with all federal laws, including all immigration laws. Today, I'm urging states and local jurisdictions to comply with these federal laws, including 8 U.S.C. Section 1373. Moreover, the Department of Justice will require that jurisdictions seeking or applying for Department of Justice grants to certify compliance with 1373 as a condition of receiving those awards.
So that pretty much wraps it up,
This
I think.
policy is entirely consistent with the Department of Justice's Office of Justice Programs guidance.
Okie dokie.
All right, you guys, this is Lee Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks, where it's not a conspiracy theory. If it's the truth, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications, and find us on Facebook and Twitter. We love you guys. God bless.
I was cold all alone, no place for home every day, so afraid, but you called my name.